it's time for us to do another video lesson. Today we're doing the little letter X. Can you make an X with your fingers, with your hands, with your arms? Good job. You guys remember what the X says, right? Oops, is that upside down? Oh no, it's not. The X says X. The X says X. The X says X, 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 X. Good job. So, remember I told you there's not very many things that start with X, but there's lots of things that end in X. So here is my grab bag of my show and tell, and you guys are going to put on your thinking caps and try to guess and see if you remember the things that are in here. The first thing is an animal that's very sly. It lives in the forest. Sometimes they're reddish orange. Any guesses? It ends with X. It's a fox. Did you guess fox? Good job, you guys. Okay, the next thing is what we make candles out of or crayons. It's wax. That's right. I wish you guys could feel this. It feels really cool. Oh, this next one is an animal that's really strong. It looks kind of like a buffalo or maybe a bull. It has huge horns. It ends with X. Ox, that's right. See his big horns? Good job, guys. Oh, this is something that you could put a present in and then you wrap it up. It's a box. Did you say box? I bet you guys are getting these so easy. You're so good at this. All right, the next one is a number that ends in X. I almost said it. 6, that's right. Miss Dory almost gave it away. Okay, the last thing is a letter that the pirates put on their treasure, and they put it on a map so you can see where they buried their treasure. Yeah, I put these little pirates in here because X marks the spot. Today's the day that we are going to go on a pirate treasure hunt. Well, I'm going to show you what we would have done, and you guys are going to make up your own pirate treasure hunt at your houses with your families, because we're doing everything a little bit different this year, huh? Okay, well, if you guys can think of something that has an X in it, either at the end, or if you can think of something that X starts with, then go ahead and put it in your backpack and do a show and tell at home. You can pause the video and do your own show and tell. But if you're ready to move on, we're going to remind ourselves how to make an X. Last time you made big X, and I bet you it was so easy for you guys because you're so good at slide lines, and you just have to make them touch in the middle. Well, little X is exactly the same, only they're small slide lines. You do them in between the lines, and you make sure that they cross in the middle. You guys are gonna think this is so easy. So if you have a chalkboard or a whiteboard at home to practice with, go right ahead, do wet, dry, try, or your dry erase, and then we'll do it on paper. Now, this is a xylophone. You say it like a Z sound because X and Y together make a weird sound. See that? That's how you spell xylophone. But we're just going to call it xylophone so that you know it starts with X. You get to color your little xylophone and then make your little X's. Make sure they stay in between the lines. All right? After you get all your little X's made, then you're going to get the 5 pictures that I put in the bag for you. You're going to find your X page. Will you guys help me find mine? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X. Stop! Oh my gosh, you guys, we're almost to the end. Now, last time I asked you to glue some boxes right here, and I didn't give you any in your bag, so hopefully you found something at home you could put there. So that's ready for you to fill. It's probably all dry. You could even try closing your eyes and make an X just by tracing that bumpy box. Right here is the picture of a guy making an X sound, like our X-ray picture. And then you have 5 pictures to cut. Here's yours. You guys can, is that upside down? Yes, it is. You guys can color yours if you want, because mine are always colored, but you don't have to. We have a fox, axe, wax. Their arrow is pointing to the wax from that candle, 6, and box. So as soon as you cut your 5 pictures and put them in your book, you're done with your morning work, and then you can go ahead and take a break and go play for about 15 or 20 minutes and come back for a cool book I have for you. All right, I'm pretending that you guys finished your work and now you've gotten yourself a snack, a drink. Hopefully you already went to the bathroom so that you can read this book with me. How I Became a Pirate. Why would I be reading a pirate book to you for letter X? Pirate starts with P. Do you know why? Oh, I think you guessed it, because pirates use X's a lot. They use an X to mark the spot on their map, and they use their crossbones that are shaped in an X to ward people off, like, we're dangerous, you better stay away. Well, if you're ready with your snack, I'm going to read to you this story of how I became a pirate. Ooh, do you see that X there? They put an X for the dot on the I. Is that silly? Look at that boy. He's going to become a pirate, and so will we later. All right, you ready? Hopefully you can see this. Pirates have green teeth, when they have teeth at all. I know about pirates because one day when I was at the beach building a sand castle and minding my own business, a pirate ship sailed into view. I knew what it was because its flag had a skull and crossbones on it, and because I could hear the pirates singing, "Hey ho, blow the man down." They were a little off key. I tried to tell Dad, but he was busy setting up the beach umbrella. I tried to tell Mom, but she was busy slathering up my baby sister with sunblock. So I went back to my sandcastle, but I kept an eye on the pirates. By then, they were rowing ashore. When they landed, the head pirate climbed out of the boat and yelled, "Ahoy thar, matey! Be this the Spanish Main?" "No," I said. "This is North Beach." "Shiver me timbers," the pirate said. "We must have taken a wrong turn at Bora Bora." He walked around my sandcastle. He looked at the moat, then yelled back to his crew, "He's a digger, he is, and a good one to boot." "A good one to boot," the others agreed. "What be your name, matey?" the head pirate asked. "Jeremy Jacobs, sir," I told him. "Well, Jeremy Jacob," he said, "you're looking at Braidbeard and his crew. We've been needing a digger like yourself. We've a chest of treasure to bury." "Aye, treasure!" the others shouted. "You're coming with us," Braidbeard told me. I didn't think Mom and Dad would mind as long as I got back in time for soccer practice the next day. Oh, I think his Mom and Dad most definitely would mind. Yikes. And that is how I became a pirate. As soon as we were on board, Braidbeard showed me the chest of gold and jewels. Got to find a safe place for this here treasure. It's high time we're off, he announced. We're off, they all shouted, and then we set sail. Whoa, look at that treasure. Oh, that looks cool. There was plenty to do on board. The pirates taught me to sing sea chanties, the louder the better, and to say real pirate stuff like landlubber and scurvy dog. By dinner time, I could speak pirate perfectly. I also learned pirate manners. Braidbeard pounded his fist on the table and yelled, "Down the hatch, me laddies! Down the hatch!" We all shouted. Braidbeard gulped his food and said, "Hand over the meat." "The meat!" we all roared. Nobody told us to finish our spinach. There wasn't any. Or to chew up our carrots. They weren't allowed on board. We talked with our mouths full and nobody said please or thank you. After dinner, I tried to teach the pirates to play soccer. Braidbeard kicked the ball and yelled, "Arr, soccer! Arr, soccer!" they all yelled. Then everybody dove for the ball at once and it rolled right off the deck. "After it, me hearties," Braidbeard commanded. "After it?" we all whispered. "Do you see what's out there? Would you go after it?" We fought over who would go get the ball, but it didn't matter anyway because a shark came along and swallowed it in one gulp. So much for soccer. By now, it was way past my bedtime, but nobody tells pirates to go to bed, to take a bath, or to brush their teeth. Maybe that's why their teeth are green. Pirates sleep with one eye open, just in case, and they don't change into pajamas unless they want to. Pirates don't do anything they don't want to, except for maybe swabbing the decks. I wanted to be a pirate forever. But then I found out what else they don't do. When I couldn't stay awake any longer, I asked Braidbeard to tuck me in and read me a story. "Tuck you in?" he bellowed. "Pirates don't tuck." "No tucking," the crew cried. And the only thing they had to read was a map. "Don't you have any books?" I asked. Braidbeard looked confused. "Books? I didn't even bother to ask about a goodnight kiss." Aw, poor Jeremy Jacob. It wasn't easy to fall asleep without a story, but I was finally dozing off when a storm broke. Thunder boomed and lightning flashed. I tried to hide under the covers as waves slammed up against the ship, but I kept falling out of my hammock. I couldn't find anyone in the cabin. They were all on deck. "Lower the sails," Braidbeard shouted. "Batten down the hatches." Everybody ran around yelling and lowering and battening. Nobody had time to sit close and tell me it would be over soon. Nobody even noticed me. I decided that I didn't want to be a pirate after all. Just then, flash, crash, crack, lightning hit the mast and split it right down the middle. "What'll we do now?" yelled one of the pirates. "We'll have to turn back," called another. But the treasure, hollered Braidbeard. Where will we bury the treasure? I stepped forward. Maybe I can help, I shouted over the wind. I think I know the perfect digging spot. When the storm was over, we rowed back to shore and buried the chest. We drew a map so we could find the treasure again, but I don't think I'll need it. Let's take a look at this map. It says Jeremy Jacobs' backyard. This is showing where north, east, south, and west is. There's his house. And these dotted lines tells you to walk in between the house and his basketball hoop and around by the fence next to a tree. And there is where X marks the spot. Do you think that's where they're burying the treasure, friends? I think you're right. After that, the pirates repaired the ship and got ready to set sail. Before they left, Braidbeard handed me a flag and said, "You make a fine pirate, Jeremy Jacob. Guard that treasure well. We'll be back to get it soon enough." "Soon enough," the crew repeated. "And if you ever need us," Braidbeard added, "just run the Jolly Roger up yonder pole." "Up yonder pole," the others shouted. "And maybe I will, but not today. Because I have soccer practice." Oh my goodness, I don't know if you could see what his soccer shirt says, but his team is called the Pirates. Was that a fun book? Now guys, if you were here at school, I would give each one of you a pirate hat to put on. This side has the skull and crossbones on it, and the other side has swords crossing, making an X. Also, if you were all here, and I wish you were because I miss you so bad, you would each get a eye patch. So for us to go on our pirate treasure hunt, we need to get ready for it, right? So here I am. I'm the captain, and you have to talk like a pirate. Arr! So if you were here and we were doing this, I would have set up the clues, and I would put the treasure somewhere in the room, and I would put a big red X on top. So if you want to pause your video right now and find the treasure, it doesn't have to be in a treasure box like mine, but if you can find something you want to be your treasure and make a big red X where X marks the spot, then you get to make some clues and have your family go on a pirate treasure hunt. This is what our treasure hunt would have been. I would have let somebody pick clue number 1, and they would have pulled out the clue, and it would say, "Look in the train table drawer for clue number 2. And you guys know where the train table is, right? So somebody would have run over there, opened up the drawer, and found this, clue number 2. And the next person would have opened it up, and I would read it, and it says, "Look in the box full of tea set items." And you guys remember where our tea set is, right? You would go over to that gray box that has all of our kitchen items, and the next person would run over there and find this, clue number 3. And that person would read, "Look under the car garage." And you guys know where the car garage is. You used to play on that all the time, remember, and watch the cars go down. So we'd run over to the car garage until someone found this taped on, clue number 4. And that person would read, look under the big table. And you guys know that the big table is the table we do our work on, right? So we would have run over there and looked underneath and seen this taped. Clue number 5. And we would read the next clue. Look under the rug. And you guys remember the rug that you sit on every time we have rug day, or rug time, sorry. And you guys would lift up the rug until you found this, clue number 6. And we would read the clue, look behind the calendar. And you guys know where the calendar is. We see from that every day. So someone would run over there and lift up the calendar until they saw this, clue number 7. And that clue says, look in the instruments. And you guys remember how the instruments were sitting right over here, and the next person would run over there and open the lid to the instruments until they found this, clue number 8. And it says, look by the trash can. And you guys remember how we had a big red trash can in the corner of the room, and someone would run over there until they found this. And this clue says, look in the dress-up trunk. Well, it's not really a trunk, but you know where the baby dolls and the stuffed animals were over in those big baskets? You would run over there and start pulling things out until you would find this big red X, where X marks the spot. And when you open the treasure, what? It's empty. That's because I knew we didn't get to really have a treasure hunt today. Usually I go to the store and I find gold coins, but really inside they are chocolate. Sometimes they have bubblegum gold coins. So it's like we were pretend pirates with our own little treasure map, walking all around our classroom till we found X marks the spot. Do you guys like my treasure map? Well, right now, what I want you to do is get out the treasure map that I put in your bag of stuff. And I want you to find the X where it marks the spot and get a red crayon and make that X really big and red. And then you color up your map. And if you want to have your own little pirate treasure hunts, do that with your family. It's really fun. You can make up clues and you can even take it outside or inside, and you guys get to have your own little treasure map and find where X marks the spot. Okay? Now, this is a paper that I have where it says, what's your pirate name? So a pirate's first name is based on what your letter, the first letter in your name. So my name is Dory, so I would go to the D and my name would be Rapscallion. So take a look at this chart, find the letter that your name starts with and figure out what your pirate name is. Can you see? Now, a pirate has a second name, their last name, and this is how you figure it out. A pirate's last name is based off of the first letter in your last name. My last name is Sargent, so that starts with an S. I have to go to the S, and it says Wobbly Peg. You know how pirates sometimes have peg legs, so my name would be Rapscallion Wobbly Peg. You guys look at your letters for your last name and figure out what your pirate name is. Can you see? Oh, I hope you guys figured out some cool pirate names for yourself. Now, I would like to teach you a pirate song really fast. These are the pictures I use. It goes, it's a pirate's life for me, out on the open sea, I search for treasure with my crew. Actually, I have forgotten what the rest of the words are. It was on something that I set out, and now I can't find it because I have so many things around me. I think it goes, well, let's just listen to the song. For heaven's sakes, Miss Dory forgot. At the very end, it says, X marks the spot where? X marks the spot there. X marks the spot where? I found my treasure, because he found it from his map. So even though I didn't teach you all the words because I'm silly and I can't find my paper that has all the words on it, that's okay. I'm a pirate and I can only see with one eye, you know? So let's just roll with it. I'm going to play this song, and you guys are going to hear my pirate song.
It's pirate's life for me, out on the open sea. I search for treasure with my crew. I'll be a pirate new, looking for jewels of blue. I search for treasure with my map. It's pirate's life for me, out on the open sea. I search for treasure with my crew. I'll be a pirate new, searching for jewels of blue. I search for treasure with my map.
Here we go, sing it loud.
X marks the spot where? X marks spot there. X marks the spot where? Found my treasure. X marks the spot where? X marks spot there. X marks the spot where? Found my treasure. X marks spot where? X marks spot there. X marks the spot where? Found my treasure.
Good. Did you guys like that silly song? It's kind of fun to dress up and be a pirate. So if you guys want to try and make your own pirate hat, if you have some cardstock or something, you just have to kind of cut this shape out, 2 shapes, and then staple them together, and you could decorate them. But an easier thing that you could make that we would have done in school, because I have pirate hats, one for everyone that you could have borrowed from me. But what we would have done is I take some tape, painter's tape works the best, but if you have masking tape, it's okay. You mask off an X on your paper. Cardstock is the best because we're going to be doing painting. And then you get your paintbrush and paint whatever designs you want all around till every bit of this is covered. And then when it dries, you pull off the tape, and guess what's going to be left there? Underneath, you'll see the color of, well, I can't pull this off right now. You'll see the color of the cardstock making a big X, and everywhere else will be your beautiful paint. So you're making your very own X marks the spot. Well, friends, I had fun with letter X and doing pirate things with you today. So hopefully you're having fun at home and trying to make the most of your school time at home with your family. I sure miss you guys, and I will see you next time. Mwah! Bye!